Dude, what'd you think of the response from the fans, your teammates, coaches?
Um, it was I don't know what's the word to describe it. It made me feel old a little bit, like just the appreciation. You know what I'm saying? I think with my teammates, I don't big bro my teammates. Even though a lot of them are much younger than me, and they, probably grew up watching me in the NBA before they, when they was in high school or whatever. But I don't big bro them, or act like I'm far or from connected, to those guys. And just tonight to just see to hear them saying congratulations, and it was almost like just some admiration, in their voices and respect that I knew was there, but I think this moment just kind of made me feel it even more. And then just from the crowd, just people sticking around and them clapping every 10 words, like just these are the people that have cheered me on all along, and they've seen my first preseason game all the way up to this point. So when I was just sitting there thinking about it, I was just like, man, I've gone from a 21-year-old to a 32-year-old right in front of these people's eyes, and like I said, they've cheered me along the whole way through. So it was just I would say a humbling experience tonight, just to take a step back and see all the clips up there, to hear all the quotes, and to be acknowledged like that. It was just an extremely humbling experience.
You said something during your speech about how you're not very good at appreciating these kinds of
Yeah.
moments, and it kind of makes you uncomfortable. How did you do with that tonight? Were you able to actually kind of appreciate this and think it was cool?
No, I thought it was really cool, but I still was just sitting there like, like, all right, man, let's hurry up and just get this over with. But I really don't know how to explain it. I think I've been that way my entire life. I think when I was up there, I mentioned how I really grew up with a lot of cousins, man. Like, just literally like 25 people, during the summer at my grandparents' house, all day. We went to the park for free lunch, and we rode bikes together, and we would play football, then play basketball, and then we just did everything together. So I come from that type of environment where it's never about you. You look after people, you have people's back. You just don't search for attention. You don't make things about yourself, and I think when you come from that, it just makes it kind of weird when everybody's focused on you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's just why sometimes I feel uncomfortable with it, because for one, I know how many people have poured into me and made this possible for me. And then the other thing, I just have never been around that where everything was about me. My parents have made that clear, my whole life. To this day, my dad is like, if I did something that he didn't agree with, he'd be like, who you think you are? You know what I'm saying? So, like, not only do I not believe it because of that environment, but the people around me still, carry things that way. I remember when I was like 10 years old, my brother was 14 years old, I think, and my grandmother was driving from Oakland to Arizona to see my cousins who had moved to Arizona. And, we all wanted to go. We all got in the van, and my brother came to the van last, and we was all like smashed in the van. And they was like, it ain't, I don't know if you can fit. So we all started laughing at my brother, like, oh, you can't go, And my mom walked up to the car like, get out, If your brother can't go, then you can't go either. And it was just like, that's the kind of background that I come from. It's like, one for all for one. And like I said, I just think that's why these moments are hard for me. It's like I appreciate it, but I'll do better with it when I go home and sit by myself and just look back than everybody just focused on me,
You said early in your career, one of your goals was to be considered the greatest player in franchise history.
Yeah.
Are you there?
I mean, that's not for me to say, My trainer, Phil Beckner, always tell me, like, when you great, you don't need to tell everybody will tell you. And I think this is one of those things where I do think that the body of work is there. I do think that my commitment and my investment to this organization in this city is there. I think how often I've won, just being a winner and having a lot of success individually and as a team is there. I think from a notoriety standpoint and having a signature shoe and being in national and international campaigns, I don't think anybody's done that, before me. And for me personally, the way that I want to stamp myself is by winning the championship. But I do think the body of work and everything is there for that claim to be made by other people, but it's not for me to say.
You were pretty upset in Oklahoma City tonight. You broke the record because you guys lost. Were you kind of relieved that you guys won tonight?
Yeah, we had a game that day and we played a win, and we had a game today and we played a win. So as much as I didn't want to ignore the fact that it was a big moment, I still was like, we need to win this game. And tonight was no different. We at shoot-around, Chauncey was like, look, man, he broke this record and we lost the game. Tonight, let's win this game so we can enjoy the experience, and make it a positive experience. So I'm just happy that we was able to win and then have that moment post-game.
Are you glad that this is just done, over with now, and you don't have to think about it anymore?
Honestly, being completely honest with you, I wasn't thinking about it before. I knew I was going to catch the record. I knew that it was all going to happen, so I wasn't, staying up late at night thinking about it or nothing like that. It was just constantly being asked about it, where I was like, I know they're going to ask questions. I know that it's a big deal, so I can't be mad at people for, showing me love and, drawing all this attention to it. But I'm happy that part is over. Like, all right, now let's just run up the score,
That's what I'm saying. You knew there was going to be the ceremony tonight.
Yeah.
There was going to be a big deal made out of it when you did it.
Yeah, I guess I am happy that that part is all over.
You did a pretty good job of wrangling all the kids there, too. Which is real
Man, it's a full-time job. We got home late, probably 3 in the morning, New Year's Eve. And, from the moment I woke up on New Year's Eve, it was like those kids was driving me crazy all day New Year's Eve and then all day on Christmas. But, that's a job that I enjoy more than playing basketball. When your kids start to grow up and you start interacting with them, the personalities come out, and just that's real unconditional love. So, it's as hard as it is, it's rewarding, it's something that'll really fill you up. So it's all good. Y'all got to see a look into what it looks like in my house for about 10 minutes.
You said Portland's your home. Do you see yourself 10, 15, 20 years after retirement hanging out here at games, being an ambassador for the Blazers?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I think y'all know me at this point. I don't just say shit to say it. And, I'll be around. I built the house here, and, y'all definitely going to see me probably in here eating the media food and just randomly popping in. Like, oh, Dame here tonight. Probably sitting behind the bench. I'm going to just be randomly doing stuff. I heard in the Spurs, Tim Duncan and them just be randomly popping up, shooting in the practice facility and stuff. So that'll probably be me, man, just randomly popping up.
Got to ask you about Nurk tonight. 5 3-pointers. Really.
Nurk hit 5 threes?
He was 5 for 5 until those last 2 that he missed.
You shouldn't have shot him. Damn, 28 and 15? That's that Nurk fever.
It seemed like he was almost in the spirit of Dame time tonight with that 3-point shot.
Yeah, a lot of times when he's trailing and a lot of bigs run to the paint naturally to try to contest at the rim and rebound the ball. And he's been shooting it at a high clip all season long. So tonight I felt like he just kept being left open at the top and on the wing and shooting it well. He saw it go in a bunch of times, but looking at this, he played a great game overall. I think when Nurk is aggressive and just focused on his game, and not looking for contact and wanting to draw fouls and stuff like that, he's a handful. Guys can't stop him one-on-one in the post. And, when he's getting that type of space from the three-point line, that's a shot that we live with, and he, like I said, he's shooting it really well. But performances like this is when you just know that his mind is right. And, you know, I'm always on his case about that alone, because I know when his mind is right, you know, he can really be great for our team. And tonight, that's what he was.
With Nurk being your longest tenured current teammate, what type of impact did he have in helping you reach this record, and how have you guys grown together over your careers in Portland?
I mean, I think we've had a huge impact on each other. You know, just Nurk has set 1 million screens for me, you know, in the last 5 or I don't know how many years, and I think the bond that we've developed, and you know, the friendship that we have, he wants to see me be successful, you know, and he roots for me, and you know, he's always in my ear, and I can tell that his intentions is wanting the best for me, and I think he knows that my intentions is wanting the best for him. And, you know, I show him that with my actions. You know, I show him that with how I support him and, you know, how I show up for him on the floor. So it's, you know, I think it's really helped him. And I think him, you know, caring about my success and screening for me and always in my ear about, you know, what he thinks I could do to be helping myself or to allow me to be Dame, you know, has had an impact on me. So I think it goes both ways.
And also, Lamar said that quote during the celebration of, he said that, Nurkic said that Damian Lillard is the best thing to happen in my life. Did you remember him saying that initially, and what was it like to hear that said to the crowd today?
Somebody mentioned to me that he said it once before, so this is probably the second time that I heard it, but you know, that's not something that he's not gonna come to me and say, "Damn, you're the best thing that ever happened in my life." You know? But I think the fact that he said it publicly, you know, I don't think any man would say anything like that unless they really felt that way. And I think it's, you know, people don't say things like that about you unless you're consistent, you know, and you show that you truly support them and you truly care about them, whether I'm at a high or a low or whatever. You know, I've shown up and been the same way towards him. You know, when he's struggling, I show up and show love to him. When he's doing great, you know, I cheer for him and I root for him. And in the summer, I'm always in touch with him. I'm always checking on him. You know, when he feel like he ain't getting the ball, I tell him, you know, just let me know. I'll drop it in to you. You know, no matter if he's missing, no matter, you know, if he's struggling, you know, I think those are the times that you got to show people you care about him and, you know, and be consistent. And coming from the situation he was in Denver, you know, where he went from starting, he was the top pick, and then he ends up on the bench. And then, you know, the Joker comes and they start rolling with him, and now, you know, he's feeling like the odd man out, and you come into a situation where you embraced the way we've embraced him. You know, I'm sure he does feel like, you know, that was a huge thing for him in his life. So I think the friendship, you know, the true friendship, and then, you know, the belief that I, you know, showed in him from day one and the care that I showed him from day one, I think that, you know, means a lot to him.